In my last video, I told you that a narcissist had opened my eyes pretty deep at the age of 50 to have your eyes open suddenly. Now, let's go into greater detail what I was able to see. Thanks for tuning in for this installment of Waking Up at 50. Okay, let's get at it. The first video I made, I shared a lot of personal experience in that, and I will continue to do so because really that's the perspective that I've got to speak from. I don't know what your personal experiences are in your relationship or past relationship with your narcissist, but I can work off some of mine. And the reason I do this is just for perspective. It's definitely not an "oh, woe is me" kind of thing, because honestly, I don't have an "oh, woe is me" feel about my past experience here with my narcissist. Um, it's it's an eye opener. It has been very eye opening. It has. I've learned so much about myself and the people around me, the people that I have had continuous contact with throughout my lifetime, through these new eyes. All right, so let's get at this. When my cute little narcissist that I had known for more than 40 years unceremoniously up and vanished, ghosted me without proper cause or what I felt like was any reasoning behind it, the first thing I began to do was blame myself. Did I not care enough? Did I not show enough? Did I not show enough emotion? Did I not take care of her? Or was I just not enough? Those were the questions that I started asking. And since I had no answers and only blaming myself, I took on anything and everything I could find just to take my mind off the present situation. I rearranged furniture on my sinking Titanic. I even went so far as to remodel a bathroom in my home. Anything to keep my hands busy and to keep my mind off of her. After about a month, I started to look outside of myself for answers. I realized that the cycle that I was running was very destructive, and that I was not finding any information or finding any answers to my questions. So that's when as I told you in the last video, that's whenever I went to Google and started questioning things like, what makes a woman ghost a guy that she says that she loves? And then that's when I discovered that there was a lot deeper root to narcissism than I thought there originally was. My eyes were beginning to open. When I came to YouTube and started watching videos, and then started downloading information and reading articles and reading books about narcissists and their ways and the tactics they use, the playbook they follow, it really opened my eyes to the fact that these people exist. And not only did I realize that my cute little redhead was a narcissist, but it also opened my eyes to the fact that there were a lot of people around me in my life who had been in my life nearly my entire life, and some had been there my entire lifetime. These were people who were very close to me, people, dear friends, a lot of family, a lot of family. Wow, there was the eye opener. But the more information that I absorbed, the more that I was able to learn their tactics, what love bombing actually is, what the process, the mirroring process, the fact that narcissists do not have empathy. They can portray empathy because they know what it looks like. They can portray love because they know what it looks like. And if you may have noticed also that they watch you, you see it out the corner of your eye sometimes, that they watch you to see how you respond, to see how you act in different situations. That's so they understand how they should react in order to get the best response out of you. Because what it all boils down to is whatever they can do to get the most reaction out of you, whether it be a positive or a negative reaction, whichever it is that they desire at the time, they will find whatever way it is to emulate you so that it draws you closer to them. What you have seen in a relationship with a narcissist is they're just like you in the beginning. They're just like you. You have a lot of the same likes, the same desires. When I was finally able to understand what love bombing was, what it entailed, the manipulations that she had used, everything from triangulation to hot and cold, give and take, in and out, these manipulations, how she was able to get her way by use of these tactics. When I learned that, I suddenly went from being a bag of cats from the neck up to having a great understanding, or a greater understanding of what had happened and what I had actually been part of and who had been driving that bus. Then there came the realization that a lot of other people in my life were using those same tactics. In the past and presently, a lot of people who were close to me had been and were using those tactics in order to get their way, in order to get their charge, to make them feel good, to manipulate me into invoking reactions from me that suited their purpose and made them feel good. This made it much easier to identify the people around me who were poisonous in my life. Looking back, if I had not been involved with this person and had not had made such plans with this person for the future, again, she used a lot of future faking in order to draw me in closer until the kill was made. If it hadn't ended the way it did, if she had presented me with a huge lie and said, we just can't go on, then I probably would have accepted that. But the fact that there was just a sudden ghosting really made me wonder. I had to get to the bottom of it. I had to find out what the truth really was. Am I the problem, or is she the problem? I would not have went looking for answers had it not been for that. And with education, with digging deep to find answers, comes a lot of realization, a lot of revelation, and then you find somehow, some way, a lot of truth comes to the forefront. And out of nowhere, it seems, suddenly there was truth coming out of the woodwork. Truth has a way of coming forward. And of course that just helped me to understand more and to realize how lucky I actually was to get out of this relationship, how lucky I was that she had ghosted me. Also how lucky I was to discover the people who were around me who really wanted to see me fail. People who had given me bad advice, had manipulated me for their own benefit in order to watch me fall. That truth, the truth of who she was in my life, and probably still is to this day in the lives of others, that led me to understanding the truth, seeing and understanding the truth in the people around me that had been leading me astray. That brought me to the truth of who I am. The truth of realizing that I had been so influenced by so many of these people throughout my lifetime that I had adopted a lot of their ways. And this was clouding who I really am. Now I know this video is kind of serious and has kind of a somber tone to it, but that's not the intent. I mean, it is a serious subject, but the relief here is that because of this relationship I had with this narcissist, I was able to identify other narcissists who were having a major influence in my life, and understanding that I was carrying around and using some of those same manipulations because it's what I had seen throughout my life. This has freed me up to look inside myself and see who I really am, and to be a better person to others around me, to focus on the things that are important, and to be the type of friend that I needed, to be the type of partner that I needed, to be the kind of dad that I needed. This relationship with a narcissist has opened my eyes and made me a better person. Now let's get serious for just a second. I don't know how many of you are believers, how many of you believe in God. I've always been a believer. I was raised in a Christian family, raised in a Christian home, went to church when I was young. But the time has come to lift your eyes to the things of heaven, not of this world. The time has come to pray. The Lord says be in constant prayer. The Lord brings healing. He brings understanding. He brings mercy and grace. He will allow you to heal. If you're having a rough time because of a terrible relationship that you've had with a narcissist, or for anybody for that matter, it's time to put your head in your hands. Come to an understanding that you need Jesus. A lot of these people that I have felt were poisonous, I have removed from my life. but I still pray for her. That cute little redhead, I still pray for her. Those friends and family members that were out to see me fail, to see me stumble, I pray for them. I want good things for their life. I want them to understand who they are, what they're carrying in them, and what it is they're actually following. There's a lot of other stuff to come in the following videos. But just know that if you are anything like me and are just becoming aware of the world around you and the people that surround you, there's a chance. It's time to do something. It's time to make some changes in your life for the better and for the people that you love. It's time to make a change for them for the better. To be the person they need. I hope that you're not like me and just now getting your eyes opened in your middle-aged years. But I am so thankful that this happened to me. I am so thankful that I went through this terrible experience to understand who I am. Thanks for watching. This is Waking Up at 50.